Let's lay flat on our back. Tuck the shoulder blades under, relax the arms, palms up towards the sky. Walk the legs apart, heels about mat width apart. And take a couple nice deep breaths here. Notice how your body feels tonight. Sometimes Mondays we can be a little bit stiff after a weekend, depending what we were doing. This time of year, a lot of yard work usually makes us a little bit stiff. So I want you to notice if there are any muscles that are a little bit sore, or joints that are sore, or if there's any part of the body that feels really tight. And just try and let it relax as much as possible. Gently roll your head to the right. Bring your right ear down towards the mat. Find a little bit more length through the left side of your neck. Bring your chin back to center and then look over your left shoulder. Gently bring the left ear down to the floor. Bring your chin back to center. Draw your heels together. Reach your arms up overhead. Lengthen your body. Breathe deeply, finding space along the spine, through the rib cage. Stretching the abdominals and breathing deeply. Bring your arms down to your sides, hug your right knee in towards your chest. Point and flex your foot, circle your toes. And then gently use your left hand to pull your right knee across to the left side. Keep the shoulders planted, and you can reach the right arm out towards your right. Good, let's come back through center. Lower the right leg down to the floor, and we'll switch sides, hugging the left knee in, starting at the foot, point and flex. Circle the toes. And then use the right hand to gently cross the left leg over to the right. And come back to the center. And we're just going to lower the left foot down to the floor. So keep the knee bent, bend the right knee, sliding the heel in towards the glutes. Reach your arms down along your side and take a couple nice deep breaths. Notice how your lower back is feeling. It should be a little bit more grounded here than it was in our Shavasana that we started class with. And then hug both knees in towards your chest. Keep reaching down through the tailbone, so try not to roll into a ball too tightly, but try and keep the hips down and relaxed. And we'll gently rock side to side, massage your back and kidneys, shoulders. And don't forget to breathe. Good. Steady out the body. Lower the feet, roll onto your right side, placing the left hand in front of your chest. Take a nice deep breath. And then as you exhale, press into the left palm, lift the torso back up. Let's come into a cross-legged position. Stacking your shoulders above your hips, letting your knees drop down towards the mat as much as possible. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Excellent. Let's bring the left hand down to the mat next to our hip. Right arm up and reach across to the left, keeping the chest, shoulders, and face forward. Let's press into the left hand, come up, and then bring your right hand down to the mat next to the right hip. Left arm up, and reach across to the right. Keep the left hip grounded on the floor. And let's come through center. Keep the left arm lifted, right arm up as well. Take a deep breath in, reach through the fingers. And as you exhale, right hand comes to the lap, left hand behind the tailbone. Look over the left shoulder. And let's inhale, arms up. And exhale, opposite side. Breathing deeply. Good. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat in front of you. Gently lower the chest towards your legs. Let your head and neck relax. And as you breathe, inch your fingertips forward while keeping your hips grounded, finding length through the back of the body. Inch your fingertips over towards the right corner of your room or towards the right corner of your mat. Press back a little bit more deeply into the left hip, lengthening through the side of the rib and torso. Let's walk our hands through center and over towards the left corner, sitting back into our right hip. Back through center, lean forward into the palms. Come onto your hands and knees. Walk the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips, and continue to move with your breath. Exhale, arch the back, draw the chin between the arms, look towards your knees, and exhale, round the spine, opposite direction. So exhale, arch, inhale, round. Good. Let's ease ourselves back to a neutral spine. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up, coming into downward facing dog. First one of our practice this evening. So really let your body relax. Notice how your body's feeling. Maybe pedal the heels, stretching the calves and the Achilles. Let your head and neck relax by gently looking side to side or nodding the head up and down. Excellent. Let's walk our feet forward, coming to our forward fold, pausing here for a moment. Again, letting the upper body just relax over the thighs. Feel that stretch along the back side of the body. And then begin to gently round up, stacking the back all the way. Rolling the shoulders back and away from your ears, standing tall, and letting your breath be even. Roll the shoulders back a couple times, squeezing the shoulder blades, waking up those muscles of the upper back. And before we move into our sun salutation, I just want to get a little bit deeper into those neck muscles. So lower the right ear towards the right shoulder, find length through the left side of the neck. Take the left hand up, flex the palm, press away through the hand. Feel that stretch down the arm. Excellent. Lower the arm, lift the head up, roll the shoulders back, and we'll switch sides. Lowering the left ear towards the left shoulder. Breathe. And then pick the right hand up, flex the wrist. Press away through the palm. Excellent. Lower that hand down to your side. Lift your chin back to center, looking straight ahead. Interlace the fingers. Reach the arms away from the body, rounding the spine. Lowering your chin towards your chest, ears between your biceps. And on your next inhale, lift the head up, roll the shoulders back, stack them over the hips, bring the hands behind you, interlace them one more time, roll the shoulder blades back and together, reach the thumbs away from your tailbone, open your chest, lift it up towards the sky, and tilt the chin upwards, breathing deeply. Excellent. Let's release the arms, pull the chin back down, looking straight ahead. And we should be nice and tall, in alignment with our shoulders stacked over our hips in mountain pose. So if, like me, you've moved towards the middle of your mat, let's take a step or two forward. So we're at the top edge. That way we have space for our sun salutations behind us. And let's move with our breath. Inhale. Exhale, palms together at the center of our chest. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arching back. Exhale, forward fold, bring the fingertips all the way down to the mat. Bend your knees a little bit if you need to. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up, dropping the hips down and forward. Curl the toes, exhale, left leg back to plank. Draw the abs in. Inhale, exhale, lower, knees, chest, and forehead to the mat. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower, knees, chest, and forehead. Inhale, slide forward, press to the palms, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, left leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up. Gently arch back. Exhale, release. Arms by the side, shoulders back and away from the ears. Stand up nice and tall, breathing deeply and evenly. And let's find a point to focus on. We're going to work on our balance a little bit. So start by bringing your hands to your waist, shoulders back, knees are soft, and your feet should be under your hips. Let's start off by rooting down through the left foot. So open those toes nice and wide. Remember, the wider our toes, The broader our base of support, the more steady we'll become. So once you've opened up the left toes, bend the knee a little bit more, roll the shoulders back, draw the abs in, shift the weight into the left leg so we can inch the right foot off of the mat and hold it in front of the hip. So hands under the thigh or along the knee or shin, keeping the shoulders back so they're stacked over the hips. The right leg is relaxed and we're breathing deeply, focusing on that point that's not moving. So as we hold it here, I want you to bring your awareness to your left hip. Oftentimes when we lift the right leg off the mat, we sink our body and our weight over to the left side and our hip comes out of alignment, meaning it's no longer stacked over the ankle. So I want you to press a little bit more deeply into the left foot and think about lengthening the body, reaching your crown all the way up, stacking that hip back over the left foot and ankle. Makes it a little bit more challenging, but the form is better. We're engaging the muscles, helping to strengthen those supporting muscles that wrap around the hip and help keep us stabilized throughout the day. So from here, bring the left hand to the hip or waist, and we're just going to open the right knee to the right side. So again, stay nice and tall. Don't drop the left hip too far over to the left side. Keep the abs in nice and tight and breathe. Excellent. Let's bring the right knee forward again. Right hand to the hip this time. And you can either keep the leg bent or for more challenge and strength building through both legs, we're going to flex the foot and reach away through the heel. So try and lift those toes up, keep them as high as you can. You'll feel the right quad, the lifted leg burning, the glute on the supporting leg also starting to shake maybe or really warm up. Keep breathing. And let's lower the right leg all the way down. Excellent job. That one's really challenging. Shake out both legs. I'm sure they feel a little bit different right now, right? One to the other. So let's even it out. Root down through the right toes, the right foot now, opening the toes nice and wide, keeping the shoulders back and our chest open and lifted. When you're ready, lift the left leg up. Don't forget the abs. We need to pull them in to help support the torso. Hands can come to the hamstring or to the knee or shin. You can try what you didn't try on the previous side, or of course, whatever works for you. And as we find stillness here, bring the awareness to the right hip. Think about lifting a little bit higher, growing out of the mat, stacking the body, shoulders over hips, right hip over right heel, and breathe. Continue to hold the left knee with the left hand or the left thigh with the left hand, right hand to the hip. Open the left leg out to the left side. Again, don't compensate by moving the right hip further to the right. Okay, so we still want to keep the body supported. Roll the shoulders back and away from the earlobes. They have a tendency to creep upwards. And now bring the knee forward, pull the abs in just a little bit deeper. Bring the left hand to the left hip. And again, you can keep the leg where it is, or for extra challenge, flex the foot, press away through the heel, keep lifting up through those toes, and breathe. Excellent. Let's lower that foot down with control. Excellent job. Shake it out. We're done with our balance practice. Wonderful. So let's come to the top of our mat. We're going to move into warrior two. So I'd like you to take your right foot and take a nice big step back on your mat, nice and wide. Glance down at your feet. Your left heel should point towards the right arch. Arms are extended at shoulder height. Let's take an inhale and exhale. Bend the left knee. Stack it over the left heel or ankle. Turn your head, look past the left fingers. And while you're looking past the left fingers, just glance down for a second. Make sure that knee is pointed towards the second or third toe. If it happens to be rolling inwards, you need to open up and find a little bit more length in the inner thigh. Shoulders are back. Shoulder blades are squeezing together to keep the chest open. And we're breathing deeply. Flip the left palm up towards the sky, and just moving the torso and arms, we're going to tilt. So we're going to lift our left fingertips up, let our right hand relax back towards the right leg. Keep the hips and the knees exactly where they are. So the lower body hasn't moved. It's just our chest that's opening and our left arm reaching up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath. And then as we exhale, we're going to come back through Warrior Two and move into extended side angle. So you're welcome to bring the left forearm to the left thigh, or bring the left hand down to the mat on the outside of the left foot tonight. So meaning you're putting your left thumb next to your left pinky toe. Our right arm is going to reach forward, sweep forward, bring the bicep next to the ear, lengthen through the fingertips, look up towards your right palm. Maybe you can sink your hips down a little bit further, finding a little bit more length through the inner thighs. Inhale. Now we're going to exhale and lower our right hand down to the mat. So if you've brought the forearm to the thigh, you need to bring both hands down. We're framing the left foot on the floor. Rotate the right heel up towards the sky. We're in our low lunge, just like our sun salutations. Exhale, left leg back. Come into plank. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, hips up into downward dog. Breathe deeply. Root down through the heels. Excellent. Let's tiptoe the feet forward. Come into our forward fold. And then round up, stacking the back all the way up. Excellent job. Let's continue on the opposite side. So left foot now, big step back for Warrior Two. Check your alignment. Heel is pointing towards left arch. Arms are extended at shoulder height. Flip. No, sorry, don't flip the hand yet. Inhale and exhale, bend the right knee. So arms directly over the legs, looking forward towards the right fingertips, making sure the knee is pointed towards the second or third toe on the right foot. And now we'll move into our peaceful warrior. So flip the right hand, palm towards the sky. Keep the lower body exactly where it is. We're just going to tilt the shoulders back, letting the left hand relax along the left leg. Reach the right fingertips all the way up. Look upwards and breathe. So your left hand is relaxing on the left leg, but you're not pushing into that hand. You're not putting any sideways pressure on the left knee. It's just very relaxed. Take one more breath. And as we exhale, we're coming back to Warrior Two and moving right on down into extended side angle. So right forearm to right thigh or right hand to the outside of the right foot. Reach the left arm forward. And again, maybe now that we're in our extended side angle, we can actually widen our stance. That depends on the flexibility of our inner thighs and hips. So feel free to adjust. But reach through the fingers, find that stretch to the left side of the torso, and continue breathing. Your palm is your focal point. Inhale and exhale, left hand to the mat, frame your foot, lift the left heel up, and exhale back to plank. Take a full breath. And exhale, hips up to downward dog. Look back towards your toes. Should feel a little bit more loose through those hips and thighs already. Let's tiptoe the feet forward into our forward fold, this time holding it there. So we want to keep our hands as close to the mat as we can get. So if that means bending your knees tonight, that's totally fine. But let your head and neck relax, look towards your knees. Notice your breath, even it out. And as we settle into this posture, maybe you can straighten out your legs a little bit more. Or maybe you can tuck your chest and abdomen a little bit closer to the thighs. Let's bring our hands around to the back of our calves, pull our chest in a little bit closer, lengthen the spine, and reach the crown of the head down towards your feet. Release your hands, take a nice deep breath, and from our forward fold, we're going to lift into chair pose on our next inhale. So deep breath, inhaling, sweeping the arms forward and up, bending your knees, reaching the tailbone back. Let's bring our arms up to shoulder height. Tuck the tailbone under, flatten out the lower back, and hold it here, breathing deeply, really working and challenging the quads, the muscles along the front of the thighs. Our body weight should be evenly distributed through the feet. If you glance down, you can see your toes. If not, reach back a little bit further through the hips. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, fold forward again, back to our standing forward fold. Look towards your knees. This time we're going to walk our feet back into plank. So shoulders over the wrists. Draw the abs in, the navel in towards the spine. Press your heels back towards the wall behind you. Let's take one nice deep breath. And then exhale our knees, chest, and forehead down to the mat. We're actually going to lay flat on our abdomen. So you can stack one hand on top of the other, rest your cheek on top. Let your legs relax, connecting the big toes, letting the heels roll towards the outside edges of your mat. And breathe. All right, so let's bring our heels together. Slide the hands all the way down the sides of our body and interlace the fingers behind our back. So just as we did in our series of warm-ups before our sun salutations, we're going to turn on the muscles of the back, open the chest, and look upwards on our next inhale. So let's take a deep breath in, lifting the crown of the head, drawing it up towards the sky. And as we do so, slide the thumbs down the back of the body, rolling the shoulder blades together and squeezing the upper back muscles, lifting your chest off of the mat. So we're using the muscles along the back side of the body. We're keeping our feet relaxed and down on the floor. Continue breathing. Excellent, and let's release. So roll your chest down to the mat, release your hands. Stack one on top of the other, rest your opposite cheek on top, let your heels roll away from one another, and let your whole body relax. Good. Let's slide our hands under the shoulders for Cobra pose. So fingers are spread wide. We're going to start with them already on the mat. Elbows are bent and tucked in next to the rib cage. Heels are together and our feet are going to remain flat on the mat. Again, moving as we inhale, lift the face, neck, and chest little by little off of the floor, lengthening through the front of the body. And when you can't lift any further by using the lower back, we're pressing into the center of the palm to turn on the tricep, the muscle along the back of the upper arm, lifting the chest a little bit further, tilting the chin and looking upwards. Elbows remain bent. They should be tucked in next to your sides. You have plenty of space between your earlobes and the tops of your shoulders, and the weight is evenly distributed through your hands. Let's take one more breath. And with control, come down using the triceps. And then when you can, let the lower back take over. Bring you down the rest of the way with control. And then stack your hands, let your cheek rest on top, roll the heels away from one another, and breathe. Excellent. Let's reach our left arm straight out in front of the left shoulder. Our right arm is going to reach back as we bend the right knee, grabbing a hold of the foot or ankle. Let's stretch the quad by pulling the right heel in towards the glute. So notice where your right thigh is in relation to your left thigh or in relation to your mat. We want our right thigh parallel to the left. So generally, when we lift that foot up, we sometimes kind of slide the knee out towards the side, but we want to pull it back in. Make sure the knee is in line with the hip, or our thighs are parallel to one another. Find that stretch. Reach the kneecap down towards the bottom of your mat. And now let's turn on the right glute and hamstring and work on lifting the right foot up towards the sky. So of course your arm is playing a role in this, but I really want you to think about turning on the muscles of the lower body to lift the leg. Good. Let's gently release that foot, lower it back down to the floor, reach the right arm in front of the right shoulder, and now we'll switch sides. Left arm comes back along the left side, bend the left leg, grab a hold of the foot or ankle. Again, notice if you kind of walked your leg out to the left side in order to grab a hold of the foot, pull it back in so we get the most out of this stretch. Breathing deeply. When we reach the kneecap down towards the bottom of our mat, we're actually getting a deeper stretch through the hip flexor. Another way to think about this is if you're going to press the space where the pockets are in the front of your jeans down towards the mat. So it's that same area. Sometimes thinking about it differently will get a little bit deeper. Continuing to hold on to the left foot, turn on that glute. Let's work a couple times on lifting the toes up. So that same thing may happen. Your knee may start walking itself out towards the left edge of your mat. And that's okay. That's something we're gonna work on drawing it back in when we bring the whole pose together. But the important thing here is that we're turning on the glutes. So let's relax the left leg, and it's up to you if you want to continue to keep the left foot in your grip, or if you prefer to reach back for both feet at the same time. But we're going to move into bow pose, so we need to hold on to both feet, and then we're going to put it all together with the poses we started with the series. So inhale, face, neck, and chest off of the mat. Roll your shoulders and shoulder blades back and together. Continue lifting the crown of the head up. And when you can't lift any further, press the feet into the hands, turn on those glutes. Let's lift the thighs off of the mat. Breathing deeply. If you've got any space between your thigh and the floor, draw the knees in a little bit closer. Engage the inner thighs and breathe. Excellent. Let's release. Release the feet. Place the palms on the mat, lift the hips up and back, child's pose. So think about rounding the spine in the opposite direction. You're draping the torso forward over the thighs. Let your whole body relax. Let's walk our hands over towards the right corner of the room, sit back into our left hip. Hands come back through center, walk them over towards the left corner, sit back into the right hip. Good, hands back to the center. I'd like you to walk them in towards your knees. So we're lifting the torso up, coming into hero pose. Draw the thighs together if they're not already, and lift the hips up off your heels. Tuck the toes under. We're not quite done with our back bending series. We're going to do a couple windmills of the arms and then do a little camel pose. So you know your body best. If it already feels like you're kind of pushing it past its limit tonight, please take a breather. Meet us in child's pose, okay? If you're up for it, again, the reason why we work the back bending series and we do these side-to-side rotations is to increase our mobility through the back and build strength through the lumbar region of the spine. So reach the arms out at shoulder height. We're going to move with our breath, so your pace may be different than mine, but we're going to inhale and reach our right hand back for the right heel, and exhale back up. Opposite side, inhale, left hand to left heel, and come back up. So when we reach back, we're not sitting back on our heels, but we're keeping the hips up and stacked over the knee. Okay, so a couple times each direction. Again, mindful movement here. We really want to be paying attention to how our body feels as we do each exercise. All right, once you've done an even number on each side, come back to center. And moving into camel, if you'd like to. If not, you can continue to windmill the arms, or you can sit your hips down and move into child's pose. We're going to reach one hand back and keep it there while we gently lower the opposite hand to the opposite heel. So we're going to keep our hips forward above our knees. We're rolling our shoulders back and together, drawing the shoulder blades together. And last part is you can either keep your chin on your chest, or if you'd like a little bit more stretch through the face and neck, you can lower the head back. Keep breathing deeply, regardless of the position you're in. If you're in camel like me, I'd like you to bring the palms to your lower back so our fingertips are pointing down along the length of our glutes. Use your hands for support on the lower back as you lift the body back up. Excellent job. Hinge forward at the hips, hands down to the floor. Walk your knees nice and wide. Bring the big toes together and sit back on your heels and let your body round forward again. So child's pose, moving the opposite direction of the previous posture. Let your body relax. Let's inhale, lift the head, neck, and chest up. Shift the weight forward, bringing the shoulders over the wrists. Walk the knees in so they're under the hips. And just as we began class, let's do a couple cat-cows so we kind of further ease into that movement. So exhale, arch the back. Inhale, round the spine. These will feel a little bit different than they did at the start of class. As always, we want to be gentle with our movements. If one position feels better than the other and you want to hold it there for a breath or two, go right ahead. Excellent job. All right, so from neutral spine, walk your hands forward slightly. Let's come into downward facing dog. Lifting up through the tailbone, rooting down through the heels. Chest is open. We're looking back towards our toes. And on your next inhale, let's take a nice big step forward with the right foot. Come into our low lunge. Drop your hips down and forward. Reach back through the left heel and breathe. Excellent. Lower the left knee down to the mat. Walk your hands back, straightening out the right leg. Lift the right toes, fold forward over the right thigh. And walk the hands forward, lower the right toes. And let's step back again to downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, low lunge. Straighten out the right knee as much as you can. Reach back through the right heel. Good. Gently lower the right knee to the mat. Walk your hands back, straighten out the left leg, lift the left toes, and fold forward. And walk the hands forward, lower the left toes, stepping back again to downward dog. Up next, we've got pigeon. So let's lift our right leg up, however high, it's up to you. Bend the knee, pull the knee in towards the chest, and let's lower the knee down between our hands. Relax your left leg back. Inhale, lift our chest, looking upwards. Exhale, fold forward over the right leg. Bring your arms down to the mat in front of you. Let your forehead rest down on the forearms or down on the mat or down on your fists. Let your body relax as much as possible to maximize this stretch. Now let's inhale, head, neck, and chest back up. Walk our hands back to either side of the right leg. And we're going to step right on back to downward dog. Pedaling your heels. Breathing deeply. And switching sides. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the knee. Pull it in towards your chest. And lower it down. Relax the right leg back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Let's inhale, head, neck, and chest up. Walk our hands back to either side of the left leg. Sit down into the left hip. We're going to move into our spinal twist. So keep the left leg where it is. We're going to sweep the right leg around. Then plant the right foot on the outside of the left thigh. Sit back down into the right hip so our body is grounded, and then bring the right hand behind the back. Inhale, left arm up, lengthening, and exhale, lower the arm on the outside of the right thigh, open the chest, and look over the right shoulder. Exhale, releasing, bringing the chest forward. Before we switch to the opposite side, let's walk our left heel forward on the mat so our shin is parallel with the top edge of the mat. And then we're going to pick up the right leg and attempt to stack the knees and ankles together. If we're feeling any too much pressure, I should say, or any pain in the knee or ankle joint, slide the ankles towards one another, okay? Open up that position. If, like me, you're just quite high, knee off of the ankle, that's okay. We just don't want any pain there. So keep your hips grounded. Inhale the arms up and exhale, fold forward. When you feel that stretch through the outside of the glute, just drop your hands, bring your chin towards your chest and hold it here, breathing deeply, inching your fingertips a little bit further forward as your body relaxes. Let's gently release, walking our hands back in, lifting our chest back up, rolling our shoulders back over the hips. We'll switch sides. So the right leg now is coming down to the mat. Center the knee in front of the midline of the body, and then step the left leg across. Sit down into the left hip, so we're rooted down. Bring the left hand behind the back. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale, lower it on the outside of the left thigh. Open the chest towards the left side of your room and look over the left shoulder. Good, let's release. Bring the chest forward, right arm back to the right side. Walk the right heel forward on your mat so the shin is parallel, and then lift up the left leg and stack it on top. One side may be different than the other. Inhale, both arms all the way up, biceps next to the ears. Exhale, hinge forward. When you feel that stretch, drop the hands, ease the chin towards the chest. Breathe deeply. And work on inching the hands forward as you breathe, as you relax. Good. Walk the hands back in. Lift the chest back up over the hips. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet down to the mat, thighs together. Use your abs as you roll your upper body back all the way to the mat. Let your arms relax to your side. Tuck the shoulder blades under so the chest and collarbones are open. Take a deep breath here. And then we'll walk our heels in towards the hips, moving into bridge pose. Fingers are reaching and just holding on gently to the back of the heels or ankles. Maybe we can tuck the shoulders in even deeper. Inhale. And as you exhale, press evenly through the soles of the feet, lifting the hips all the way up as high as you can towards the sky. Draw the knees in so they're in line with the hips and your inner thighs engage. And hold it here, breathing deeply, building strength through the inner thighs, the hamstrings, the glutes, and the abs are working as well to help keep the body supported. Take one more breath. And then ease the hips down with control. And from here, when you're ready, we're going to lift into shoulder stand. If you've got a wall nearby and prefer to do legs up the wall, go right ahead. Or if you just want to relax where you are, that is always a good option too. Point and flex your feet and ankles if you're in shoulder stand. And then bring one leg overhead, reach away through the opposite leg. And then gradually change directions. And then begin to lower the toes down to the mat, coming into plow pose. And then bring your palms down to the mat. Bend your knees in towards your face. Slide the knees down the front of the torso, lowering the back, the tailbone, and finally the soles of the feet to the mat. Pick up your right foot and place your right ankle on top of the left knee. Reach the right hand through the legs, left hand on the outside of the left thigh, and gently draw the legs in towards your chest. Release the hands, lower the left foot to the mat. Before we switch sides, we're going to slide that right leg. Bring the thighs together so the right knee is stacked on top of the left. Bring our arms down to our sides and gently lower the stacked knees over to the left side, gently looking over our right shoulder. And then lift the knees back up. Right foot down to the mat, lift the left leg, left ankle on top of the right knee, left hand through the legs, right hand on the outside of the right thigh. Draw the legs in towards your chest. And release the thigh, lower the right foot to the floor, slide that left leg, stacking the left knee on top of the right, arms out to your side, and gently lower the knees to the right side. Look over the left shoulder. Excellent. Knees back to the center. And lower the left leg to the left side. Slide the right heel out, lowering it to the mat. And then bring your arms halfway between your hips and your shoulders. Take a moment, notice how your body feels. If you want to adjust the legs, either providing a little bit more support for the lower back, you can bend the knees. Or if you want a little bit more lengthening or stretching through the inner thighs, you can lower the bent knees out to the side edges of your mat. Totally up to you. But we really want our body as comfortable as possible so we can relax without being distracted. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and let your whole body relax. Bring your awareness all the way down your body to your feet. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm, my breathing is even, and I am completely relaxed. Om. Bring awareness back to your body and begin to move your fingers and toes. Gently stretch your arms overhead. Lengthen the body, awakening it. Reach your arms over towards the right corner of the room. And then over to the left. And then gently roll onto your right side, placing the left hand in front of your chest. Breathe deeply. And then gently push into the left hand, lifting the torso up to a seated position. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Namaste. Great job tonight, everybody. Thank you for working hard. I hope you had wonderful practice, and I will see you guys soon.